Welcome to Zoe Stories. My girlfriend's mom caught me. Now I'm her daughter. My name is Kyle, 22 years old, junior graphic designer at a boutique ad agency downtown. Shy, a little awkward, and hopelessly in love with Emma, my girlfriend of 8 months. To most people, I'm the quiet guy who shows up to meetings in hoodies and jeans, sketches out mock-ups with headphones on, and quietly slips out when the clock hits 5. But under the surface, there's something I've never told anyone. Not even Emma. Especially not Emma. I like wearing girls' clothes. Not in a performative, jokey kind of way. Not for a laugh or a dare. It's something that's been a secret in my life for as long as I can remember. Something I've hidden in silence. A private ritual. Pulling on soft skirts, trying on lipstick in a locked bathroom, catching glimpses of a stranger in the mirror who somehow feels more me than the boy the world sees. I don't fully understand it, but it's mine. Emma and I met at work. She was a client on one of our ad campaigns. Confident, charming, the kind of woman who turned heads the moment she walked into a room. She asked me out first. Said she liked how quiet and mysterious I was. Funny, right? If she only knew. Things got serious fast. Late night takeout on her couch, weekend getaways, inside jokes, and stolen kisses. She made me feel safe. Real. But even so, I never told her. Never told her about the pink lace underwear hidden in my sock drawer. Or the dress I bought online under a fake name. Or the nights I waited for her to fall asleep before sneaking into the bathroom with her mascara. Emma lives with her mom.
Her name's Diane.
Yes, the Diane. The woman who could cut glass with her stare and command an entire room with just a single raised eyebrow. She's the exact opposite of me. Bold, intimidating, elegant in that classic, terrifying way. Emma once joked that Diane had scared off all her boyfriends in high school, and she wasn't kidding. Which is why I always made sure I was on my best behavior around her. Polite, reserved, invisible. Emma's been begging me to move in for the last 2 months. Diane travels a lot, high-end fashion consultant, so the house is usually empty. Emma said it would be perfect. Quiet.
Cozy.
Just us. I finally said yes. It was a rainy Thursday afternoon when I moved my things into Emma's room. Suitcase, laptop, sketchbooks. I left most of my clothes behind at my old place. Emma told me, half laughing, "I've got better stuff anyway." She wasn't wrong. Her wardrobe looked like something out of a magazine shoot. Racks of dresses, heels lined like soldiers, jewelry in neat trays. I tried not to look too long, but my heart beat a little faster every time I passed her closet. That night, she left for a weekend work retreat. "I'll be back Sunday evening," she said, pecking my cheek. "You okay being here alone?" I nodded. "I'll survive." I lied. Inside, I was shaking. Because I already knew what I was going to do. As soon as her car disappeared down the street, I locked the front door, raced upstairs, and opened the closet. I stood there for a long time just staring, running my fingers over the fabric, letting the anticipation build. My heart was hammering. This wasn't about stealing her things. It wasn't a fetish. It was a moment of release, of finally letting go. I chose a pale pink blouse, soft satin with gold buttons, and a navy blue pleated skirt. It was short but tasteful, elegant. I ran my fingers along the waistband, feeling the texture, the coolness. My breath caught. I slipped out of my jeans and shirt, my skin tingling. And then, piece by piece, I transformed. The skirt hugged my hips. The blouse fell just right. I carefully rolled on a pair of sheer pantyhose, then stepped into Emma's nude heels. They fit surprisingly well. Next came the makeup, soft blush, tinted lip balm, a bit of mascara. I didn't go heavy, just enough to shift. The mirror stared back at me, and I stared at her. She was graceful, fragile, strange, and familiar all at once. I wasn't Kyle anymore, but I wasn't sure who I was either. Just someone softer, prettier, more real. I spent hours like that, moving through the house like it belonged to someone else. Pouring tea, posing in the hallway mirror, sitting on the velvet couch, legs crossed, lost in thought. The rain pattered against the windows. It felt safe. That night, I slept in one of Emma's oversized tees and a pair of pink silk shorts. The bed felt warmer. My dreams were softer. I had no idea that everything was about to change, because the next morning I woke up late, and someone was downstairs. The sound of the front door shutting jolted me from the bed like a fire alarm. I scrambled up, legs tangled in the sheets, my heart immediately slamming into overdrive.
Who was that?
Emma wasn't supposed to be home until Sunday evening, and it was only Saturday morning. I rushed to the hallway and peeked down the stairs. A voice called out from the kitchen. "Kyle, are you here?"
Diane.
My blood went ice cold. I was still in Emma's shorts and t-shirt, her tight pink shorts that barely covered my thighs and a loose top that draped over me like it belonged to a girl half my size. My makeup from last night, light but noticeable, had smudged at the corners. And I was barefoot. Mascara, glossy lips, shaved legs, feminine shorts. I looked like I had stepped out of the wrong dream. I raced into the bathroom and shut the door quietly, breathing hard. My reflection looked back at me, soft, wide-eyed, and terrified. I had to change.
Fast.
Diane called again. "Kyle, I am here." I stammered. Just getting ready." "Oh, good. I didn't think you'd be here yet. Emma told me you were moving in next week." My stomach twisted. Next week? Swapped into the only pair of jeans I'd brought and one of my old hoodies, trying not to notice how wrong it all felt after wearing satin and heels the night before. When I finally came downstairs, Diane was sipping coffee at the kitchen island in a navy blazer, flawless as ever. Her piercing eyes narrowed on me like she was scanning every detail. "You look flustered." "I just woke up." She smiled politely, but something in her eyes flickered. "Long night." I nodded too quickly. Her gaze dropped to my hands. I followed it and froze. Pink nail polish. Barely noticeable, but it was there. A soft pastel blush color. My stomach turned. She said nothing, but she noticed. That day was a tightrope. Diane stayed longer than expected, asked sharp questions about work, about me and Emma, about the future. I answered carefully, steered away from anything personal. She watched me too closely. Eventually, she left, but not before pausing in the doorway and saying, "You're welcome to stay, of course. But remember, this house has a lot of mirrors." The door closed, and I collapsed. That night, I didn't dress up. I didn't touch Emma's clothes. I didn't even open her closet. But I lay in bed thinking about it, about the version of myself I had seen in the mirror. The softness, the quiet strength, the delicate confidence I didn't have as Kyle. I missed her already. The next day, I couldn't resist. Emma still wasn't back. Diane was gone, too, her car out of the driveway. The house felt empty again. Safe. I opened the closet. This time, I picked a fitted cream sweater and a knee-length pencil skirt. Modest. Classy. Mature. I didn't want to feel like I was playing dress-up. I wanted to feel real. I even styled my hair, soft, brushed to the side, and added a touch of light foundation and gloss. It wasn't about hiding anymore. It was about being seen, even if only by myself. I walked slowly down the stairs and flats, each step echoing in the silent house. And that's when I saw it. Diane's laptop, open on the kitchen table. A document on the screen. Some kind of wardrobe portfolio. I didn't mean to read it, but a line caught my eye. Emma's boyfriend moved in. Reserved, quiet. Likely repressing something. Watch for signs. My blood ran cold. She was writing about me. That night, I couldn't sleep.
Questions haunted me.
Had she guessed? Was she testing me? Was this a trap? The next morning, I found a folded piece of paper on the counter with my name written in elegant cursive. Meeting a client. Won't be back until 8. Left something for you upstairs. Curious if it fits.
D.
My heart nearly exploded. I ran upstairs and saw it. A box. Wrapped in black ribbon. Inside, a silk blouse, pale peach. A matching skirt. And a pair of low nude heels. all in my size. My hands trembled. Was this a trap? Or an invitation? I shouldn't have put it on. I knew I shouldn't. But the moment I slipped the blouse over my head and zipped up the skirt, something clicked inside me, like a puzzle falling into place. It fit perfectly. The fabric hugged me in all the right places. It didn't just look good. It felt true. And then I heard it. The front door. Opening.
Closing.
Footsteps. And her voice. Kyle? Or should I say something else now? I turned. And Diane was there, standing at the edge of the hallway, arms crossed. Her eyes locked on mine. She looked me up and down. Not shocked. Not angry. Just calm. I was right, she said softly. You're much prettier this way. My knees nearly gave out. I didn't mean to. This was a mistake. I didn't know. She raised a hand, silencing me. Relax. I'm not here to yell, or tell Emma, or shame you. I stared at her. What are you here for? She stepped closer. Her heels clicked softly on the floor. To make you an offer. I stood frozen in the middle of the hallway, dressed head to toe in the silk outfit Diane had left for me. She approached like a queen surveying her subject, slow, elegant, unreadable. Her words lingered in the air. I want to make you an offer. I finally found my voice. What kind of offer? She tilted her head. I know what you've been doing, Kyle. Or should I say, Kayla? I flinched. I never told anyone that name. She gave a slow smile. You didn't have to. She circled me once, eyes sharp and calculating. I felt like a doll on display. Then she said, You like how you feel like this. I can see it in your posture, the way you carry yourself. You may not have admitted it to Emma yet, but you're not playing dress up. You're evolving. My mouth went dry. Diane walked toward the kitchen and poured herself tea as if we were having a normal conversation. You see, I work with women all day. Executives, models, celebrities. But I know when I'm looking at someone pretending to be a man.
She paused.
I also know when I'm looking at a girl who's been hiding her entire life. I sank onto the couch, my hands shaking. Are you going to tell Emma? I asked. She set her cup down.
No.
Then what do you want? She smiled again, this time more curious than cruel. I want to help you. On my terms. That sentence chilled me. Her terms? What do you mean? Diane stepped closer, crossing her arms. I want to give you the chance to explore who you really are, but not in secret. I want you to live as Kayla for the weekend. I blinked.
What?
You'll stay here. With me. Emma is still gone. I'll help you walk, speak, dress, present everything. If you're going to play the part, you might as well learn to do it properly. My stomach twisted.
Why?
Her smile turned razor sharp. Because if you're going to be in my daughter's life, I need to know exactly who you are. It felt like a test, a game, a trap. But something inside me whispered yes. Yes to being seen. Yes to no more hiding. Yes to Kayla. I nodded, slowly. Okay. Diane didn't waste time. She handed me a schedule, makeup lessons, posture, voice coaching, walking drills in heels, outfit trials. It felt like boot camp for femininity, but I surprised myself. I liked it. The first time she did my makeup, I looked in the mirror and gasped. My face was soft, sculpted, glowing. I touched my cheek like I didn't believe it was mine. You could be her sister, Diane said with a smirk. My girlfriends? She sipped her tea. Not quite. More like daughter. I laughed nervously. She didn't. She dressed me in a sundress and sandals. Made me walk the hall with books on my head. Corrected my wrist movement when I spoke. Coached my voice down to a gentle, higher octave. I didn't recognize myself by noon. And I didn't hate it. By evening, she took a picture of me. Why? I asked. Just wait. She sent it to someone. I panicked. Diane, who did you send that to? She smiled. Emma. My heart stopped. Not that night. Not the next morning. Diane just kept pushing the transformation further. She introduced me to her closet. Her real wardrobe. Elegant dresses. designer heels, perfumes with names I couldn't pronounce. She chose a bodycon dress that hugged every curve and sat me in front of the mirror again. "You have the legs for this," she murmured. "Don't be shy." The more I looked at myself, the more I saw her, Kayla. Not Kyle pretending. Kayla emerging. After dinner, Diane poured wine. One glass became two. She sat across from me and studied my face. Then she said, "You know, I never liked any of Emma's boyfriends." I swallowed. "But you're different."
She paused.
"You don't feel like a boyfriend. You feel like the daughter I never had." I blinked. "What?" "I'm not saying you're replacing Emma," she clarified. "But I see something in you. Something soft. Something I could mold." I laughed awkwardly. "This is insane." "Is it?" she whispered. "Or are you finally free?" I didn't sleep that night. I sat in front of the mirror in her robe, my nails painted, my face still glowing from highlighter. And I asked the question I hadn't dared say aloud. What if I never wanted to go back? The next morning, Diane handed me an envelope. "What's this?" "A formal invite. There's a cocktail event tonight. Industry people. Small. Intimate. I'm bringing you." I stared at her. As she raised an eyebrow. "You already know the answer." I panicked. "That's insane. Someone might recognize me. I don't know how to act in public. What if they know I'm not?" Diane placed her hand on mine. "They won't. You're beautiful, elegant, believable. I've made sure of it." I looked down at myself. My polished nails. My smooth legs. My voice. My reflection. She wasn't lying. That evening, she dressed me in a sleek off-the-shoulder gown, silver heels, and chandelier earrings. A name tag waited on the table. Kayla Winters, daughter of Diane. My hands shook. "Do I really have to?" She nodded. "Tonight is the final test." We arrived at the event. I walked in on her arm. Heads turned. Compliments were whispered. I smiled, posed, blushed like I'd practiced. People believed. Every time someone said, "Your daughter is so lovely," Diane smiled proudly. "She is, isn't she?" But then, I saw Emma, across the room, frozen, staring straight at me. She walked over, eyes burning. "Mom, what is this?" Diane raised her glass. "This is Kayla. She's been staying with me." Emma looked at me. Her jaw clenched. "Kyle." I opened my mouth. No words came. Not from Kyle. Not from Kayla. Just silence. Diane placed a hand on Emma's shoulder. "I was trying to help you both." Emma stepped back. "You what?" I whispered, finally. "I didn't mean to lie. I didn't know how to tell you." Emma looked between us. Her face was unreadable. Then she turned and walked away. The door to Diane's car slammed behind me, the city lights flickering across my dress like 1,000 tiny eyes judging me. I couldn't breathe. The hem of my gown still swayed around my legs. My heels clicked against the tile as I stepped into the house, each sound a reminder of how far I'd fallen or risen. I didn't even know anymore. "Take the dress off," Diane said behind me, setting down her clutch. I didn't move. "She hates me now," I whispered. Diane poured herself a drink. "She's shocked. Not hateful. There's a difference." I turned to her, mascara smudged from crying in the car. "You paraded me around like I was your doll. I gave you a mirror. You loved what you saw." My fingers dug into the satin at my hips. "I don't know what I saw." She stepped closer. Her voice was quiet, measured, deadly calm. "She walked away, yes. But not because you wore a dress. Because you lied. Because you never let her in." I was scared. "I know," Diane said. "That's why I stepped in. To show you who you are before you ruined everything." I spun toward her. "And who am I, Diane? Your puppet? Your little pet project? Your fake daughter to parade in front of your elite friends?" She didn't flinch.
"No."
"You're Kayla." Silence. The name hit like a whip.
Soft.
Intimate. True. Dangerous. I ran to the bathroom, heels clacking, heart crashing. Locked the door. Faced the mirror. And there she was again. Lipstick faded. Hair slightly undone. Gown wrinkled. Makeup running. But still undeniably her. Undeniably me. A text buzzed on the sink.
Emma.
We need to talk. I'm coming over. Panic gripped me. I looked down at myself. Still Kayla. Still exposed. Still everything I never wanted her to see this way. I ripped off the earrings. Peeled off the lashes. Rubbed the makeup with wet wipes until my skin burned. Dug through the drawer for my old hoodie. Pulled it over my head, hiding the painted nails, the shaped brows, the glossy hair. I stood in the mirror again. Back to Kyle. Sort of. Not really. Something had changed. I froze. Every instinct screamed. Run.
Hide.
Escape. But I forced myself to walk downstairs. Emma stood in the doorway. Her face was unreadable. She stepped in without speaking. Tension hung in the air like fog. Then she said, softly, "So, it's true." I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. Her arms crossed. "My mom just handed you to me, like you were some dressed-up truth she built." "I didn't mean for it to go this far," I said, voice cracking. "Do you want this?" she asked.
What?
"This, girl."
Kayla.
Tears welled up again. "I don't know." Emma looked at me long and hard. "I think you do." Then her eyes dropped to the silk blouse still peeking beneath my hoodie. Her jaw clenched. "You didn't even change all the way back." I followed her gaze. A ribbon of satin, barely showing. Proof. A betrayal. Silence. Then she said, "I loved Kyle." I whispered, "I loved you too." She turned for the door, then paused. Without looking back. "Maybe I'd have loved Kayla too, if you'd let me meet her." The door closed behind her. Two identities collapsing on top of each other like broken glass. And then, a voice behind me. "You could always stay here, Kayla." I turned. Diane stood at the top of the stairs.
Calm.
Still holding her wine. And smiling.